It is announced that John Gibbons will not be back with the Toronto Blue Jays for next year. And he is the second winningest coach in Blue Jays history. Now, is it his fault that, three of the best players that you guys had all played for World Series contenders? Donaldson, Encarnacion, Osuna. When you look at this guy, as far as the manager's second time go around, he is. It's really hard pressed. You got to be looking around to try to find a player, except Burnett, that didn't love him. Yes, he's made some mistakes, but the players want to play and play hard for him. Now, did you want to see him stay? Now, of course, listen, my 2 cents here, he was a player's coach, but it doesn't mean he was a good manager. He cost the Jays numerous games from his inability to know how to manage a pitching staff. Guys left in too long or taken out too soon. He also did make calls that needed... He didn't make the calls that needed to be made to win games. Joey Bats there never bunted, and he cost a few games. Now, listen, that does not automatically void my opinion about Batista. It's just, things like that. So, now, do players like him because he swing for the fences? They let him do what they want. They swing for the fences, right? They lost in the 2015 playoffs because of Gibbons. Okay, there was no strategy. Hit and run, bunt, no call from the dugout for a specific pitch to hitter. And so you might say, yeah, I'd love a manager too that lets me do what I want. At the end of the day, he is, the Blue Jays. A Blue Jay coach that will be remembered, okay? But it didn't translate in the playoffs. You could say in 2015, 2016 went back there back to back, brought baseball back to Toronto. But he never really adjusted. He didn't do well in the playoffs. And there were just other things with him that I mentioned. For what it's worth, okay. The two quote-unquote player managers that this team has had in its history were also the two that brought the biggest postseason success. And I believe he is, the second winningest coach in Blue Jays history. But again, back-to-back chances with the same players and dropped the ball. It seemed like he had no clue how to manage in the playoffs. Now we know when a team falters and is not successful, the first person